My friend, Chicago dog trainer Wendy DeCarlo is here to talk about positive reinforcement dog training and what to do with this problem. How often do you see a client come in where the client says, it seems like my left arm is 3 feet longer than my right arm because my dog's been pulling so hard?
It's common. We see it pretty much every day with every single dog that comes into class. They're pulling, they're straining on a leash. They just want to have fun. And loose leash walking is not in their repertoire right now.
So first of all, why is that? Because if you Google this, you might see a lot of answers to this question that says, well, the dog wants to lead you and the dog wants to be dominant. So why do dogs do this and why don't dogs do this?
Well, I don't think they want to lead you. I don't think they want to be dominant. I think they pull because they can. They pull to get what they want. They want to go sniff a bush. They want to go see a leaf that blows by. They want to go say hi to another dog. It's they want. And if they want it and the owner goes along with it, they pull.
So what do you advise pet owners to do? And I suppose it has to do with both training and equipment?
It has to do with training, equipment, and managing the situation so that you set everyone up for success. So what we would do in a perfect world would be we would first fit the dog with some kind of an anti-pull device, which would mean maybe the front clip harness or, just their regular collar, but make it worthwhile for the dog to pay attention to you. So food, something that your dog likes, treats.
So not a choke, the
No.
chain link collar, not a prong collar like the cartoon dogs wear with those pointy things on the
No,
inside.
just
They're
their
called
standard collar. Or what we really like is the harnesses that are clipped in the front and clipped in the back. So the Freedom harness would be a front and a back clip harness, or the Sensation would be the front clip. And when you manage a situation, meaning when you use a harness that is meant to inhibit pulling, the first thing that you do is you do take pressure off of the dog's neck. So you avoid all of that choking and coughing that goes along, but you control the front of the dog's body so that if your dog is pulling and you simply stop, from the front, from the chest, the dog can't pull and their attention redirects back towards you. It's very simple and it saves your arm. So if you think about management, using a harness like that, a front clip harness, would be really helpful. But then how do you make it so that your dog really likes to walk with you versus pull for every darn thing that's out there?
And also, the dogs have it's called the opposition
Correct.
reflex. So the more they pull one way and
you
you
pull
the
back,
other, the more they want to pull the
Right. It causes them to surge forward.
Right.
So you get more pulling if you pull back. If you use a mechanism that causes them to just turn towards you, and that could be a gentle leader too, which would be that head halter. That would be another one.
So the head halters are another choice.
Yes, it's another choice, except that in this hot, humid weather, you have to be so careful because the dogs don't full open mouth, pant, and breathe the way they could without one on. So you do have to be really careful in our hot, humid weather.
But good for training under certain circumstances. So
Right.
how do you then motivate, and this is part of it, motivate the dog to enjoy walking with you?
So you find something that the dog likes. So motivators for a lot of dogs, for I would say most dogs, would be food rewards. It could be dog treats. It could be human food as long as it's good and appropriate for your dog, doesn't cause any stomach upsets.
And little pieces.
Tiny, no bigger than the size of a pea, just kind of like a little smidgen, a taste. And what we first do in the way of training is, without going outside, we get the dogs on leash, walking up and down hallways, really paying attention, using a little bit of food, and using a reward mark. It could be a click of a clicker. It could be, yes, good boy, good girl, and then following through with food. So as your dog is walking and they glance at you, they hear yes and get a treat, or whatever it is that you would reward mark with. And you kind of practice that with no distractions first. And then you set yourself up outside in a less distracting area, maybe just up and down a driveway or, up and down just a small part of a sidewalk. As your dog gets better, you venture out further and further, always making it worthwhile every single time your dog looks back at you. So what it means is initially, there's a lot of reinforcement happening. You're rewarding your dog every time they choose you over something in the environment. If they pull, simply stop. Simply stop. They don't get to have what they want. If they look back at you, great reward. And then maybe the bigger reward is, yes, they do get to say hi to their dog friend. Depends on what it is that they're pulling for.
Excellent tips and a way to keep our arms the same length. Wendy DeCarlo, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.